And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another adventure of the Useless Wizards. I am Scott, head of the Horse Pact. Joining me, as always, is Alex, head of the Cow Pact.
Hello.
Where the
And
shit am I?
Gaffers, who is on the quest for the chicken just now.
Where the shit am I? The mouse isn't working! The mouse hasn't locked to the screen, Guthrie.
And we should probably explain this before we actually started recording. Gaffers discovered the Steam paid mods, discovered you get a chicken companion, but he couldn't buy it. So I went on to the Nexus and found it for free. So now he's been playing Skyrim for the past, 10-15 minutes trying to find a new chicken companion.
How did I look at the map? I've literally never played this game. M5, right, which one's that? Is that the front mouse? Yes, right, okay. Where the hell do I need to go? I have no idea. This is the worst map I've ever seen. This is not telling. Oh, world map, there we go. Right, okay.
Gaffers reviews Skyrim live.
Does anyone know where I need to go for the chicken? Where's the chicken again?
This isn't live, Gaffles. This is.
I'm talking to yous.
It's
Where the
High
fuck do I go for the chicken?
Hrothgar.
Wait, where the fuck's that?
It's the throat of the world. It's where the greybeards are.
It's like practically the centre of the map. Anyway, we should probably discuss gaming news.
Well,
Me and Alex will.
the first story, funnily enough, is Skyrim, the Steam Workshop with the paid mods.
I think it's great because they're chicken.
Gaffers, you literally didn't pay for it.
You know, it's.
You know what you're doing just now, Gaffers? You're doing what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Where the Skyrim's crashed again. Right, that's enough of that. Hello, I'm in the podcast now.
Oh,
Hi. I'll find the
Thank
chicken
God.
later.
Thank God the Fable 1 protagonist has joined as the chicken chaser.
Oh, that was a game. That was
Do you
quite
think
a good
do you
game.
think I could get a TV show called The Chicken Whisperer? It's just me going up and like chasing chickens, trying to get a helmet on them.
No.
I think that's probably a subreddit.
I'm just picturing you going up to the chickens and you just like hit them in the nose and going, "You are the one in charge. You are the dominant one." No, you see, I hit his nose. It knows that I am in control.
That is something that I would do. Anyway, yes, paid mods for Skyrim on Steam.
Well, yeah.
Steam takes 75%. It's all shitty. We hate Steam.
Well, I mean, the idea itself isn't a bad idea. You know, paying people for their work is generally a good idea. But the fact that,
Sorry, that's like the most general statement I've ever heard.
well, it is. But
Speaking as an impartial party,
If you do work, you should get paid for it.
yeah, and
I get what you mean, though.
yeah, but the fact that Steam are doing basically fuck all and are getting the most amount of money, 75%. They're not even saying if Bethesda are getting any money, because who knows? Bethesda might not even be getting money.
you know, Bethesda probably aren't because they've always been very much into modding.
Oh, that's probably because it's the only reason it's one of the only reasons Skyrim has still got such a massive player base. Like it was still, a lot of people would probably still play Skyrim, but nowhere near as many as there would be if there went mods.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. I mean, there are still people that mod for Morrowind.
Well, exactly.
Morrowind was released, 2006?
Two.
No, 2002. Or 2002. No, the
Fuck
game
me.
is 13 years old, and people are still modding it. People are still playing it to this day, so it's kind of a testament to what modding does
And
for Bethesda games.
It's how me and Scott became friends, funnily enough.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Oh, is that your origin story?
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's
it
what I was
genuinely
saying.
is.
Well,
we were-
yeah.
we were in the city centre going to a LAN cafe with one of our friends, and Alex decided to take a quick stop into was it Game Station then?
Yeah, it was Game Station.
And
I like to play this game where I buy games for £1 and then see how crap they are.
one of the games that he got was Morrowind. I was like, oh, it's the best game ever. It's one of the best It's the best Elder Scrolls game. And then he turns around and went, nah, I prefer Oblivion. It was that moment I was like, you sicken me. You sicken me. And then we ended up talking about Elder Scrolls for like the entire day. And then that was how we became friends. Well, between that and like Daniel's first party when I had to walk you home when you had like the worst hangover of your life.
I mean, look at things like you've got Team Fortress 2, right? That came out in 2007. That's 7.5 years old. It's got 81,000 people playing it right now. That was made as a sequel to a mod. Counter-Strike was made as a sequel to a mod. That's got a massive esports scene. Mm-hmm. Like, all these games came from mods.
I mean, have you seen some of the stories online of these
Stanley
guys?
Parable came from a mod, and that's fantastic.
I mean, even Dota.
Dota, that's the ultimate one.
Yeah.
When you think about it, well, actually, that whole genre, the MOBA, League of Legends, Dota, all the other ones I really can't think of just now, that entire genre was born from Dota. It was born from a mod.
Because Dota was a mod for Warcraft 3, I think,
yeah,
right?
Warcraft 3. I think it was the Frozen Throne expansion, but yeah, Warcraft 3.
Okay, this is something that interests me, talking about the Steam Workshop and everything, and it's a massive overhaul mod. It was a massive overhaul mod for Oblivion called Nehrim. It was made by these German guys.
I'm sorry, it's called
That sounds like
Nehrim.
something a Scottish guy would say. There's Nehrim!
Aye.
Get having a party, kid. Nah, there's Nehrim! That's what they said to Jesus when he got to Bethlehem. Sorry, there's no room. There's Nehrim at the end.
I'm sorry, hen. There's Nehrim at the end for you to.
Nehrim at the end, but we've got a shed built by our own Guthrie. We've got a shed built by our own Scott Guthrie.
Yeah, man, that's why everyone loves my sheds. Baby Jesus was born in.
Baby Jesus approves of Scott Guthrie's sheds. This is fact.
And we've lost the entire Christian demographic.
Anyway, it's made by these German developers, and and it was a complete overhaul mod. Like, it had a new story. It essentially was a new game, just using the Oblivion engine, and they're currently making a new one called Enderal, and it's basically going to be a sequel to Nehrim, but using the Skyrim engine and everything. And the question is, like, so far, like, they've sort of said it's going to be free, but now with the paid mod thing, are they going to? Because currently they're volunteering, like, all the people are volunteering. So, I mean, if they say it's paid for, does that mean that then a bunch of them can now do this full time and produce it faster? Or are they going to keep to the free model and just hope that people donate?
Now, can I say yes and no is my answer to that? Purely on the basis of, if it was in the Steam Workshop, say they released it for £20, let's just say, and Valve take how much? 3/4?
75%.
Yeah, so they take 3/4 of it, so they're literally going to get sent back to them £6 tops. Yeah? That's not a lot of money for a lot of effort. But see if they were to release it, say, on their own website, and they're like, well, you know, if you send us the same amount of money, I'd happily give all the money to them. If
Yeah.
you get me.
I
Yeah.
mean, they've got a PayPal donate button, so Yeah.
PayPal donate button's risky because obviously, like I do the Twitch thing, and I was just for like maybe future purposes, I was investigating how you set up like donate buttons and stuff like people have, and PayPal donate is supposed to be for like charities only, and it's supposed to be for not for anything like commercial. So that's quite a shift. That's quite a dodgy way to
Did
do
we
it.
just lose gaffers?
No, right here.
no.
But, yeah.
We lost Scott though.
Yeah, but yeah, like that's quite a kind of a grey area because the thing is they're not technically supposed to be making any money from that. That's supposed to be like 100% going to some sort of registered charitable body. That's the point of the PayPal donate button, and I think they specifically say you're not allowed to use this for like personal income, but a lot of people do anyway. Like on Twitch, it's okay, you can get around that because you've got this thing, Stream Tips. Which is sort of it's more like a proxy than anything, so you donate through that and then you can put it through PayPal into your account just as if it's like a payment. But there would need to be like sort of an external program like that for mods, I think, in order to take away that risk.
Yeah. I suppose, like, you know, I suppose I get what you mean. Oh, Scott's back.
Scott's back.
Oh, and he's gone again.
Alright, well...
Oh, no, he's back.
Right, we'll let him figure himself out and we'll just keep talking.
Yeah. I suppose, like, the thing about the donate button, like, PayPal did have said that they're gonna work on something that's like Patreon anyway, because, like, they obviously want to get in where the money is, and the money's in
The money's in Patreon right now.
Patreon and that, especially because the way, like, YouTube, a lot of YouTubers are using, like, PayPal or Vessel, because they're not sure what YouTube's going to be like, and I think if there's more places like that, it's going to be quite good.
I think there can be nothing wrong with having more places to sort of do these things, but the issue comes when it like, I don't think that, well, for most mods, I don't think that the company has any real sort of claim on like the entire like a massive amount of money, because the thing is the mod creator might have used some of the assets, but the mod creator put in the majority of the work for that specific amount of content, so they deserve most of the money.
Yeah, I mean,
Hello.
like, hi. I saw like the best.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you.
Yeah.
I think,
Hello.
and he's been kicked out.
For fuck's sake.
I think the best one that we had. What was I talking about before I was interrupted by Scott?
We were talking about the fact that like mod developers put in most of the work into the mods. Like, it's not like they just steal the assets.
yeah.
Like, say, put in a chicken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a helmet.
Yeah. No. I remember seeing somewhere that was a division of all the sort of what the percentage should be. It should be like 25% to Valve, 25% to the developer, and then 25% to and then 50% to the modder.
Aye.
And like that's obviously good if it's, you know, like the mod's £2, because at least then the modder is getting £1.
The thing that I wonder about is, like, not even in terms of 75%, but even for 25%, what are Valve doing to earn that cut, apart from literally, oh, well, if you host it in Steam Workshop, people will find it a little easier in order to install it? Like, what are Valve doing to deserve getting that? Like, Bethesda, obviously, it's their game. The mod couldn't exist without it. A lot of it might be their assets, so they do deserve a cut. But what are Valve doing to deserve like even like a quarter, never mind 3/4 of it?
I suppose if they could prove well, one, they're probably the only place that can offer paid for mods, so they've done all the legal stuff to allow
Yeah,
this to happen, and like they could probably say, oh, if you buy it or if you host it on Steam, you're gonna get this much money compared to if you don't use Steam. So they're gonna say that they're a better market, so they deserve a better cut because you will eventually get more money.
yeah. The problem arises in the fact that like because they are asking for 75%, they're taking that for doing basically fuck all
Oh yeah, no,
to earn that.
that's when they're taking the piss, and like a website like modsDB,
Yeah.
all they really need to do is offer a better cut.
Well, exactly, and then that's them. That's them suddenly got the business. But then the problem is that there's still this thing around Steam where people still do see, oh, it's on Steam, and then suddenly, okay, that I'll buy it then. If it's
Yeah.
on Steam, then they'll buy it. But if it's not on Steam, then no, I don't fucking want it.
But the modders will. That's the thing. The modders will move towards a better service if a better service arises, and then okay, it won't be the same numbers as Steam, but it'd be a worrying thing for Steam because then they wouldn't be the place to get all the mods. They wouldn't be top dog in something.
Yeah, like Steam just needs someone to actually be able to challenge them, and at the moment they don't have that. Like you've got it's not GOG. I think is it Green? I think it might be Green Man Gaming, not GOG, that are coming out with this Galaxy thing. It must be Green Man Gaming. I'd assume if it's called Galaxy. But yeah, I think it's Green Man Gaming coming out with this Galaxy thing. That's it's a games client, and basically any games that you buy off the website that it is go into this client exactly like it would with Steam, and they'll sell keys for this client. And so it's essentially just a challenger to Steam, but it doesn't. There's no DRM on it. So you'd like. It's sort of a case of you download it and those are your files. There's no DRM on it at all. You don't need Steam to be online or whatever in order to run certain games.
Yeah, it's Good Old Games or GOG.
Is it GOG? Alright.
Yeah.
I thought it might be Green Man Game. No, well GOG then. They are making a challenge at that, but it's not out yet, and until it's out, Steam are still going to have that monopoly, and they're going to have actual customer service. They're going to have they're going to have people they're going to have a refund policy, I'm pretty sure. They're going to have basically do everything that Steam should do. They're going to have curation as well. They already do have curation. Like if they're getting a game that's 13 years old, they'll test to make sure the game bloody works. They'll test to make sure.
Like, yeah, I'm back. Back from purgatory.
Aye. But yeah, they'll test to make sure that the game actually has an exe file when launching.
As well as that, they have movies as well.
GOG do?
I mean, they don't. Yeah, I mean, they don't have a massive movie library, like, but if they have this thing Galaxy that they're working on,
I'd love a client for movies.
Yeah, I mean, like, movie companies might be like, okay, they've got software, it's a closed system, and then they might push towards, like, they might have more and more films gone up there,
Right.
and that might make Valve sort of worried because if GOG are gonna basically take over because they're a better company.
Exactly, they actually like have some level of customer service and curation. Like a game doesn't go up there just because as a publisher. A game goes up there because it's actually been tested to be at least work properly. Like it might not necessarily be a game for you, but it's going to be a good functioning game.
And it's the other thing is, it's a lot of them are games that the community want.
Yeah.
Because you go into the forums and people are like, "Oh, I'd really like this game up," and GOG do at least try. Like they will start talking and they will say, "Okay, we're working on this."
I think one of the big problems with Steam in that kind of respect was that Steam were literally just a company that made games, and they created a client to distribute their games, and then other companies started jumping in. I think then millions of people started using it. I think they just fell out of their depth. I think that's what's happened with Steam, unlike with GOG, they don't make their own games, they are literally just a company to sell games.
Yeah, but it's fine because Valve no longer make games anyway, apparently.
It would seem that way.
Yeah. I think it was more Steam grew too fast. Like, it grew too rapidly in recent years, because I don't remember being on the service when it started to get popular around 2007. It was really small, and it was pretty much the majority of the games were high quality, and ever since then I've just seen, more and more games coming there, more and more big AAA games coming there.
Although Alex,
but the influx of users as well, and I think they've just grown, and they've grown too fast.
Although Alex, you must remember back then, in terms of Steam, the majority of the games on Steam were Valve games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They grew too fast, and
the thing is, like, with Steam, there's used to be, like, not even that far back, like after they'd gotten popular, but they hadn't started fucking everyone over yet. It was a good service that was popular, and it earned its reputation. Like, if it earned the fact that if you bought a game on Steam, it was going to work, it was going to be a decent game, and then they just sort of stopped caring because, well, if we could either sell 3 good games and earn a decent amount of money, or we could sell 100 shite games and earn even more money by tricking people and then just not get back to their customer service requests.
Oh, welcome to the horrible world of business.
Capitalism.
To industry!
That's the thing, like, there used to be a like, if you got your game in Steam, you're like, this is great, this is, clearly my game must be pretty good, and I'm going to get a lot of sales, I'm going to be able to make my next game, I'm actually making it somewhere. Whereas now it's like, well done, you got your game on Steam, maybe PewDiePie will play it.
Yeah.
There you go, Alex, there's your future as a games dev.
Well,
PewDieBait. Could you imagine if that, I know that's a term that we throw about.
Like, but if it came a genuine genre? Yeah.
Oh my god, I would, honest to God, kill myself if that was the case. Because, like, it's like, so what type of game are you making? Well, we're making a first-person PewDieBait game.
Well, I mean, I think we can all agree that the important thing is I just bought Rayman 2 The Great Escape for £4 off of Good Old Games.
Seriously, they've got that on Good Old Games?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Rayman 2 The Great Escape, I didn't even realise this was for Windows, and now I am seriously a happy person right now.
Do you know what, I'm probably going to go into my loft and find my PS1 disc of that.
Yeah, because this is my favourite Rayman game.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. One of the best Rayman games. In terms of...
I had it for, what was it called? Dreamcast.
Oh, really?
Did you...
I had it for PS1, and then I got the PS2 version as well. And the PS2 version was like an update, and it was great.
I was just about to ask that. Did you ever play the updated PS2 version?
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Where they slightly changed the storyline?
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Oh.
I still loved it though. Right. The three main series Rayman games. Order them in your favourite.
The main series Rayman games before the Raving Rabbids came into it were great.
You know, before they killed them.
Yeah, exactly. Although then
Anyway.
Ubisoft of all people, actually started bringing Rayman back and being good again, like with Legends and Origins. They were great games.
I've still not played them.
Like they're great. They're great 2D platformers. They're gorgeous and they work really well and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And they are great, but they're not like I still don't like them as much as I like the 3D Rayman games.
Yeah.
But they're still really good in their own right.
Rayman 3 genuinely was one of the first games I ever completed. Just
Really?
above. Yeah, it went games that I completed in order that I remember as a child. Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Rayman 3. I'm not even
Jesus.
joking. I never made it to the end of Rayman 2. I remember I got stuck on the last rocket mission.
Oh, I get stuck in one of the levels in the PS1 version, and then I completed the PS2 version and went back to the PS1 version and just managed to get through it. The final boss is a bastard.
Yes. Oh god,
That is-
yes.
That is what you call a final boss.
See, I completed the PS2 version though because I got it late. I didn't get it early. If you get me, so it came out quite early in the PS2's lifespan, if I remember.
Yeah.
But I got it later. I got the platinum version. Had it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this. It's Rayman. It's gonna be a new Rayman game. And I just started with like Rayman getting dragged through the ship, and I went, "This
Oh,
is Rayman 2, but with better graphics."
Yeah.
I am so okay with this.
That is an
Think
HD
about it.
game done right.
I was gonna say, like, see, think about it. That is the start of HD remakes.
Yeah. Oh, I also see the Rayman 2 in GOG. Comes with the soundtrack, which has 91 tracks on it.
Ooh, gonna have to come around to yours and nick some of that because it's the Rayman soundtrack that might get added onto my phone. I need new music on my phone. I've been considering getting a Miracle of Sounds metal album because I've heard it's amazing.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
And he's kind of a
And
pop
It's
star.
kind of a pop star.
Yeah, I'm considering getting it because I've only got one album on my phone, and it's the live Baby Metal album.
Fucking hell.
Here, this is coming from the guy that owns a Hatsune Miku guitar pedal.
So I suppose we should.
So that's your opinion on Steam mods then? That's your new guitar
Yep.
pedal?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
I suppose we should go into next story.
Oh, we have another
Um,
story? Jesus, that's active.
Yeah. yeah.
2 weeks,
Yeah,
mate. We kind of missed last week.
Shut up.
And it's basically Star Wars Battlefront.
Skeptical.
Mostly the max player count being 40.
That's going to be a disaster, that game, isn't it?
To put this in perspective, Battlefront
That's
2
64,
supported
isn't it?
30. No, it supported 32
Ah.
and 64 on PC.
Right.
So wait, is this just going to be the console versions, or is this going to be like the PC as well?
All versions.
Buggers.
Battlefront, I have a feeling the next Battlefront is it just called Battlefront or is it Battlefront 3?
No, it's just called
Of course it
Battlefront.
fucking is.
EA naming
also,
policies, gaffers.
Oh, coming soon to the Xbox One, the third Xbox.
yeah, Battlefront 2's online servers have been shut apparently as well.
Probably to force you to buy the new shitey one.
Yeah, but
It's going to, you know for a fact that it's not going to be as fun as Battlefront 2.
weren't they run through
Well,
GameSpy though?
Yeah, it was because they were run through
That's
GameSpy.
probably why they've shut.
But people have got their own kind of
There'll
servers.
be
their
there'll
own
be
private.
dedicated servers that other people run. Like,
Yeah.
well, this is the thing for me is that I never played Battlefront online I only ever played
Just
single
against
player.
AI.
Yeah, because I only had it in the PS2, and I didn't have the PS2 modem adapter, so I couldn't. Well, also I had pay-as-you-go internet back then.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah,
So it's,
that
say it
wasn't
would
gonna.
cost like £4,000 to play Battlefront Online.
Precisely, it'd be worse than a WoW addiction.
Jesus.
You know, it was. So I never played it online. Like I always played it single player, and I loved it. And the thing is, I'm excited for this new Battlefront because I want to play that game online. But I'm really skeptical that it's going to come out rushed because I think they are going to want that to release, in the same sort of time frame as the new Star Wars film, which is actually something else we should talk about. That trailer.
I've not seen the trailer yet.
Yeah, I've not seen
Oh,
it.
for the love of God, you two.
I was in the Disney store the other day, and I think it was playing, but it was the Disney store, so you couldn't fucking tell because there was children running about the place.
But
So
all I'm going to say about the trailer is Chewbacca doesn't have grey hair. I am deeply disappointed.
oh yeah, I did hear that. You've got like Harrison Ford there, who's looking like a sexy older man, and then you've got Chewbacca, who looks absolutely the fucking same.
Yeah, like it was like people before were saying like, oh no, it's gonna have Han and Chewie. Picture it, a grey-haired Chewbacca. That's gonna be awesome. And then it was like the trailer was there.
Maybe Wookiees just don't age that way.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably how they'll explain it in universe. But
Yeah.
but as a person with an opinion, I wish Chewbacca had grey hair.
As a person with an opinion, fuck's sake.
But let's be honest. What about Chewbacca's wife and children?
They're all dead.
Oh, don't talk about that Christmas special.
Will they fit in with the new series? Will we get a Chewbacca film where he's defending his family?
Right, let's be honest, guys. Right, you know the Star Wars Christmas special. When even George Lucas says no about it, you know it's bad.
It was a fucking disaster.
You know, this is the man who made the prequel trilogy.
Guys,
Don't get me wrong. I
guys.
can defend parts of that to death, but no, the man who made the prequels, who edited the originals to hell, has found
Guys,
chicken, hasn't he?
I've got a confession to make.
You like the prequels?
I preferred the prequels.
And
So,
because
if you would like
me and Alex and a new co-host will be on it.
No, honestly, like, for my personal tastes, I couldn't, like, I loved the plot, I preferred the plot of the originals, but I couldn't fucking stand the action sequences. They just did my head in. I could not watch them without getting just so fucking bored. Because
Did you not love coked up Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford kicking ass?
well, it's not that sort of thing. It's more just like everything does guns and lasers. Literally every movie does guns or lasers. The lightsabers were cool. I liked the lightsabers. It was different.
Yeah, but think about how much that costs to animate back then.
Yeah, I know, and
Also-
I'm not saying that it would have been easy for them to do it. I'm not saying they should have done it, but I just mean like that's my reasoning for preferring the prequels. I just preferred having the lightsaber battles. I just preferred them as movies. I preferred the originals as a story, but I preferred the new ones as movies, as things to just sit down and watch.
My,
That's like
you go first, Alex.
That's like saying that you prefer Two Worlds over Oblivion. Like,
Wait, isn't that your opinion, Alex?
no, I mean I like Two Worlds because it's so broken. It's so broken. It's good, but I obviously know what's the more superior game.
It's like saying you prefer a PS4 to a PC.
Or the X. No,
Yes.
actually, it's like saying
Xbox
the
One.
X1 is better than the Xbox 360. No, it isn't.
Oh god.
You're that person.
No,
Adam.
honestly,
You're that
like the
person.
prequels were just silly action movies, and that all I look for in a movie is either for it to be a silly action movie a silly comedy movie or a really shit horror movie. I don't like if I want a proper intense story, I've got games that I would rather play for that. But I don't really like intense story films apart from literally maybe £7 because Will Smith and because the story was emotional, but like
Emotions.
Gaffers, you must be absolutely fucking horrible to go on a cinema date with.
Why?
Like, oh, let's go see this film. Sorry, I don't like cheesy action and shitty horror.
What cheesy action like the Avengers? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Which we are going to see today.
This is my point, is that most movies these days are just silly action movies, and that's why I don't like the Batman movies, because they take themselves too seriously. And I don't like films that take themselves seriously. That's just my personal taste. I just don't like that.
What Gaffers?
Where are
they?
they?
He beat me to it. He beat me to it. No, it's like, the thing for me is like, there's bits in the prequel trilogy which are really good. Like Qui-Gon Jinn's death is amazing. Like the funeral scene afterwards is really touching.
Although why are they burning his body? Because like
Jedi's are
fade
Vikings,
away.
didn't you know that?
Oh no, that's just
No, but they
that's
fade away.
thing from it's from the original trilogy, like how Vader gets
Cremated.
I think the reason that Obi-Wan's body doesn't disappears is something to do with him melding with the Force. There was something like someone said that on a website somewhere one time. I think.
Do you know one thing I didn't like that happened because of the prequels was that they edited the originals just to try and get Hans Christian Andersen's face in. Is it Hans Christian Andersen?
Yeah, Hans Christian.
Just to put him into the originals.
Hayden Christian.
Oh, Hayden Christian.
Yeah, that got lots and lots of backlash.
Yeah, no, do you know what's weird? Like, see my dad. My dad loves Star Wars, and he showed me it. He was the person to show me them for the first time, and like all the edits that are made, he's not that bothered about it. It was just when the bit came up with Hayden Christensen's face, he was like, just went, really. I was like, when he's doing that, I'm like, yeah.
The one that actually annoyed me the most was Han shot first.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Because it pretty much proves that George Lucas doesn't know about the characters that he just written about.
Oh yeah, it's the fact that
because Han is supposed to be this dick
yeah, it's
that redeems himself. Like that's the whole point of A New Hope.
Yeah, like his story arc is meant to be, I'm not a hero. Do you know what? Being a hero sounds alright. And then
like he essentially denies basically his destiny up until the end when he comes back and helps destroy the Death Star. Like A New Hope is more Han's story than Luke's story, whereas the rest of the trilogy is more Luke's story.
I didn't really I liked a lot of the characters in the prequels. I liked the characters. I liked Vader. I liked Han Solo. I liked the way that they made Chewie's character even, but I didn't like Luke's character. Luke just pissed me off. He just, I don't know. It seemed like they'd made him just seem too goody.
He's generic hero 101. It's a widely accepted thing.
But it's like what you get with even things like Orange is the New Black is a good example. Piper is the main character, supposedly, right? She's supposed to be the main character, but her character is boring as shit in comparison to every other person she meets and gets a backstory.
You do get a lot of that with things.
It's supposed to be so you get projected onto the main character.
Because Gaffers can really project himself onto being in an all-female prison. Don't you even have a picture of that?
I associate with tasty more than anything.
See, I've only just started watching Orange is the New Black.
Oh
so
man, just wait till you get to the end of season 2 and you realise that season 3 isn't until June.
Well, that's not that long for me.
No, believe me, it'll feel. I've watched it about a year and a half ago, and the wait has been excruciating for me. So even just the next 3 months will be horrible, or well, 2 months.
Oh crap! I still need to finish up House of Cards season 3
For
as
the
well.
love of God, Alex, you've had since February to watch that.
But I've been so busy. Like,
I've got, what have I still
no.
got to watch? In my TV backlog just now, I've got the end of Persona 4, the animation to watch. I've got, one of my mates gave me a loan of, is it Darker Than Black, is it called? Yeah, Darker Than Black to watch. I've got the first season of that to watch. I'm in quite a backlog just now. Plus I got Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires and PS4, which is just one of the best games ever. You both should buy it.
Jesus.
is it PC?
Probably is a PC version. Hold on, let me check.
Do you know what? I need to. Well, I say this, but I'm like The Walking Dead. I've not got a particular interest in, but Game of Thrones does actually quite interest me. But I don't want to start it and then do what I did with Supernatural and end up having to wait every week for the episodes.
See, I'm in that limbo just now.
I love Supernatural, but that kills me having to only get like 45 minutes of it a week.
See, for me, it's like every Monday is just such an exciting day for me just now. Because I know.
Well, for me, I've got Tuesdays Community comes out, and then Wednesdays Supernatural comes out. So that's quite a good thing. It sort of keeps me going. It's in the middle of the week, so it's not too bad. But I've not really got any other shows that are like I'm watching as they're coming out, because Orange is the New Black obviously isn't out yet. But I've just been rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh because of it. Nothing else to do, so I've been rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh since I found out it's on US Netflix. Or at least the first 2 seasons are.
Fair
So
enough.
that's been a thing I've been doing. But I don't really feel like I'm not a big fan of the whole watching it every week thing. I'm more of a fan of the sit down with 15 seasons of a TV show and be able to watch it all in one go.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's my preferred way of watching, is that you sit down, you put it on, and you just watch until it's done over like a weekend or like a day.
Sorry, I was looking at Dynasty Warriors, and one of the people curating is Jim Sterling, and he basically just says it's Dynasty friggin' Warriors, enough said, right? But then there's another curator called Waifu Hunter.
And they're probably going to say it's like the greatest thing ever because hunt all the waifus.
No, it's basically don't pursue Lu Bao. He's taken.
Wait, Lu Bu would not be a waifu, he'd be a husbando.
I know, but
Why are we having this discussion?
You would go after Lu Lingshu, daughter of Lu Bu. But yeah, no, it is on PC, so you can get it on PC. I've just got it on PS4 because I like my hack and slash with a controller. Plus,
but with PC you can have controller.
yeah, but do you know what the truth be told thing about it is? Is that the game will still run at 60 FPS on console purely because it's based on an old engine. It's based on a Dynasty Warriors 8 engine, which was a PS3 game. Plus, Koei are really good at optimising consoles. And PC as well, probably, because I've never actually played their games in PC. But they're really good at optimising. So, like when I played Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, like, it's running at a smooth 60 FPS. Don't get me wrong, there are points of slowdown. See, just a lot. I don't know. Like, say 6 generals all do their attacks at once. The game grinds to a halt. But even if you put it in one of your PCs, the same thing would happen to you guys, because I'm not kidding, if that happens with about maybe 500 peasants in the map as well, yeah, you're gonna get slowed down.
Do you want to know a fun fact? I just made my GOG account literally to buy Rayman 2. I already have 8 games in my account because they just gave me 7 free games just for signing up.
Oh, Geo
yeah, no,
great for that.
I have
It's
34.
quite cool. I like that. I don't even know if they're any good, but I don't care because they're free. Like the fact that people complain that a free game isn't good, like it's fucking free, come on. Literally no reason to complain.
I've always found that as a big point with me with games. It's like someone says to me, "So how did you find that game?" I went, "I got it for free, so it was all right." And they went, "So it's not a good game?" I was like, "No, it was good for being free."
Yeah.
Are you not listening to me, people?
Like, would you pay money for it? Probably not, but you know it was free. So what's the point in complaining about the time I spent with it?
It's like when I get games out the Humble. It's like when I get games in the Humble bundle. So how did you find it? It was all right. Would you pay for it? Probably not. Or would you pay full price for it? You know, I got one of the best ones that I got was a Far Cry 3. Yeah, I get Far Cry 3 on the Humble store for like £4. Some silly, but I got it for £4, and it was amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have paid the full price for it. But you know, getting it for that price, it was just even better. Oh,
the current Humble Origin bundles are actually quite good.
I'm considering getting it for Mass Effect and Dragon Age 2.
Well, I mean, I got it when the average is now $4.96, which obviously isn't that much money.
No.
I got it when it was like $4.50. You get for your if you pay $4.96, you get Dragon Age Origins, Peggle, Dead Space 2, and a Medal of Honor Allied Assault War Chest, whatever the fuck that is. Command and Conquer Generals. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, which is a fun game. Dragon Age 2. Bejeweled 3, which is obviously it's Bejeweled, Mass Effect 2, SimCity 2000 Special Edition, Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger, Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom, and Ultima 7, Ultima 7, the complete edition.
I'm actually sitting with my copy of the Medal of Honor Allied Assault War Chest in front of me. I have that on disc.
Well, you get all those games on Origin for you can get them for less than €5, or less than $5, not even.
I'm not even kidding. See, whenever I buy things on the Humble for the Humble bundle, I usually always give $10. Like usually I'll go on, it'll be like, oh, the average is $2.50 or $3, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, the guy that's like, oh well, that's the minimum price, so I'll pay 1 cent above it. Don't want to be that guy. It's a donation to charity, you know. I'll happily give them $10. Don't get me wrong, I put a decent Humble tip in because, you know, bloody hell, these guys put on decent offers for us.
Yep.
Well, I've got a lot of games that I would never have purchased, but that I got them because I got them through Humble. That a Humble bundle, I've really enjoyed them. Like Electronic Superjoy, I would never have bought that game.
Electronic Superjoy.
But I've played it. I played it because I got it in the Humble bundle, and it's fucking great.
That is
that
is an incredible name for a game.
Electronic Super. Do you want to know the plot of the game? Well, the plot of the first part of the game is the Pope is trying to stop. Basically you have to go through incredibly hard platforming bits with weird sex noises and rave music going on in the background, and you end up killing the Pope at the end of the station. Pope in a spaceship. Just Pope, but you fight the Pope, and then the Pope gets in his spaceship. You have a space battle with the Pope, and then it's a bloody good game. You should get it. Electronics, really.
Is that on Steam?
Steam. It's fucking excellent. She needs to play it as well. When I was round at hers and Daniel's when we were sorting out the video for his those who play game, she was playing Electronic Superjoy and everyone was having a right good time. Let's see, store page.
I typed in ELE and the first thing that comes up was Electronic Superjoy.
£5.49. I completely recommend buying it with the soundtrack. Get the bonus. The bonus pack is £9.99 and it gives you the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fantastic. Buy the soundtrack. Oh look, there's my face on the recommended by curators list. I have a curator list. I don't remember doing that. Oh well, I apparently did that. Oh yeah. Oh, I've got a big curator list in Steam. There you go. That's the thing.
That was a thing that you done did.
That was a thing that I done did. Let's see, other games that I got off of random Humble Bundles. Receiver. That's the game where it's like super awkward guns. So like you have to run about and shoot turrets, and you like each button does a different thing in your gun to like reload it and all that. And it's actually quite good. It's like Proteus. That was quite fun. Oh, I've got Sepulchre, or however you pronounce it, from Owlcave. I should play that. I've got. Do you know? I talk to Nina sometimes, the Owlcave, the person who works for Owlcave, and I've got like all our games, and I haven't played a single one of them yet. It's terrible.
I've been going through the curators list for the. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, recommending Electronic Superjoy. Just from your description, did you know Anita Sarkeesian recommends it?
Oh God.
Fair enough.
I'd say
Sarkeesian doesn't have the worst tasting games then.
Yeah, I decided to scroll. I was going to scroll through it to find your list, but I just found that. I was like, oh, I should mention this.
Yeah, it's a bloody good game. Let's see. I'm going through the bundles that I've purchased to see what games I've got from Humble Bundle, but the problem is some of them I've bought like through different accounts, so I've bought probably more than what I've got here, but there's a lot of good games that you get because of Humble Bundles. To the Moon is one of my favourite games ever because of that damn emotional story, and I got that out of a Humble Bundle. How about that?
I don't know, do you guys do this with a Humble Bundle as well? You quite often buy a bundle just for one game.
Yeah, because it's cheap. It's cheaper than buying the game, and you get all these extra games with it.
It's like when the first Origin bundle came out. You know this, Gaffers. I was a huge fan of Dead Space. I loved the series, and then when Dead Space 3 Haunting of the Microtransactions came out, I was like, I am not going to pay for this game. I don't want to pay for this game. And I resisted downloading it as well. And then when it came up in the Humble Bundle, and I was like, none of this money goes to EA. I went, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. And I ended up loving the game, and I got a whole bunch of other EA games with it as well.
There you go. Well, I apparently bought the Humble Sid Meier bundle. I did not even realise that. Oh, that's where I got Civ 3 and Civ 4 from. Ah, right. Ace Patrol and Railroads. That was quite a good one. Good one actually. Like that's a lot of content. But the only problem was I already owned Civ 5, so I never played Civ 3 or Civ 4. Well, that's a tell lie. I played Civ 3 with Chris one time, and the UI and the design of it, because I was so used to Civ 5. It just looked like utter shit, and I did not have a clue what was going on. So I just stuck to Civ 5.
That can sometimes be a problem going back to older games.
Yeah.
Is that you end up looking at them going, dear God.
Like apparently for Civ 4 the jump isn't that bad. Like apparently Civ 4 is like a more micromanager game than Civ 5, which I'm not a big fan of, but in Civ 5 I like the micromanagement, so I'm thinking maybe it's a bit better, but I'm just so ingrained in Civ 5 now, I don't really want to go back to Civ 4, you know?
Yeah.
You just came back, didn't
No,
you?
no. I was listening to the whole thing. I was just looking up stuff.
Actually, a side note from everything. Have you guys seen that video of Terry Crews lip syncing to 1,000 Miles?
No,
Yeah.
but this. Wait, is this from White Chicks?
From White Chicks?
No. This is a recent thing.
Oh my god.
Because I have heard them sing it.
Mhm.
No. This is him lip syncing it and dancing to it.
Is it that lip syncs battle?
Aye.
That's what I was going to say. The only problem with them
No, it's not.
trying to Google it is that the uploader's not made this available in
Yeah.
your country. That's fine. I'll just move country then. United States.
Gaffer just jumps on a plane.
Yeah. No,
Mate,
I'm totally from the United States of America.
Exactly.
Does worst American accent possible. Still passes immigration check.
Jesus. Vote UKIP, everyone.
Have any of you? Oh Christ, we're going to go on a mildly comical stroke political thing here for a video game podcast. But have any of you seen the UKIP policy generators?
No.
I
I
think-
have not, and I now
I
want.
think YouTube have. No. I mean, I think UKIP have.
It's like you know, one of those silly things that appear online and they're saying, oh yeah, if you take the date you were born and
Oh
first
yeah,
letter of your name,
right, let's see, what's mine? Take the month you were born and take your first initial. Tax the poor. There we go, that's mine.
it's occasionally you'll get ones from it you go, that genuinely sounds like a UKIP policy.
Well, yeah, tax the poor.
Yeah.
My mum's would be slander the
Right,
French.
so right. Marginalise the poor.
Oh, we actually knew that one was yours. We done that one last time at Pathfinder.
What would my brothers be? Confuse people of colour. Yeah. You know.
Okay.
Slander libraries.
But yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Anyway, we should continue talking about video games.
Well, that's kind of all our stories.
Really, that's everything over the past
Well,
2
everything
weeks.
that actually matters. Because the rest is just more GTA 5 stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa, GTA 5 came out? When did that
No,
happen?
like the news is still
Oh,
talking about
actually-
GTA 5.
Actually, I've
Yeah.
got a story. I've got a story for us. Mortal Kombat 10 came out. Have you heard the controversy that's going on with it?
Paid fatalities.
Wait,
Paid
which one?
fatalities.
Oh, that one.
Paid fatalities?
No.
What do
No,
you
it's a
think about that?
consumable. So you only get like 30.
Yeah.
30 for a fiver
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, I'm with Laura K. Was in this one, right? I suck at fatalities in Mortal Kombat. I can pull off combos, but I can't do fatalities to save myself. So it's like, see if it was like, say you paid £5, yeah,
And you got unlimited fatalities.
yeah, and you
Easy
got the
fatalities.
easy fatalities. I'd be like, do you know what? Yeah, because I can't do them. I practiced them, but I can't do them. I've never been able to, and I know I probably won't ever be able to pull them off. So if that was the case of, well, if you pay a fiver, you can do them easily, yeah, I'd take it.
Yeah, like it's different if like it actually was something that affected the gameplay, but I don't mind people paying for something that is purely cosmetic, but not if you're going to have to keep paying $5 every 31.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's like,
okay. I just want to say something, and I'm surprised that nowhere else is mentioned this. You're basically paying for a cheat code, even if it was unlimited.
Yeah.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat 3, and I'm sure. Although I just remember in Mortal Kombat 3, you could put in a cheat that would make you have easier fatalities. They've
Jesus
repackaged
Christ.
cheats.
Well,
It's genius, isn't
Capcom's
it?
been doing that for a while though, with like Dead
Yeah, but-
Rising.
It's just
Yeah.
like
It feels dirty. Let's be
no,
honest. It
it's
feels
worse
dirty.
than dirty. It's like you're basically walling off content that you used to provide for free. Well, as part of the base game, and
Once again, we like to call that Capcomming it.
there's more capitalism in it.
That's what I was going to say.
It's just there's no need. There is no need to do that, and
Like, see, do you know what the thing is? Like, I can go into Spyro at any time and sit for an hour and mess about with the cheat codes to put in, make them different colours, give them a big head, make them 2D. Like, I can do all this, but if they made a new like remake of the original Spyros, would they charge me to do that? Like skin packs for Spyro, and it's just make them blue.
see,
And it's like that, well, I can just go into the original game and just like start circle, circle, up, down, down, left. You know what I mean? Like that was the fun part of it, was getting all these cheat codes and going, oh look, I've now got 100 lives.
You know, of all the companies not to do that, Rockstar surprised me. The fact that they still keep just basic cheat codes in their games.
I mean, like,
You know, now it's phone numbers instead of
Yeah.
you know, L1 R1, L1 L2, left down right up, left down right up. But
like
There
I
you
mean, this
Yeah.
is the thing though. Like, and this
Up, down, down, left, right,
this is
BA
me
start.
speaking as a game developer, and
Oh.
you know,
oh,
you
just getting the titles, it boys.
you keep pushing this. Like if they keep pushing this, it's just gonna make people sick of games like this, and it's gonna make them sick of AAA games because you can only do this so many times till people just give up. And the
Yeah.
indie scene are doing the complete like that. They've got their own problem as well, releasing just crap.
Well, here's a fun thing that I actually saw in Reddit yesterday, I believe it was. And it's about the whole backlash for doing crappy things. It was an article, I can't remember where from, but it was an article saying that pre-orders of games have went massively down in the UK.
I was reading that on PC Gamer. Yeah.
hmm
Okay, I've not read that, but as someone that's worked the retail side of games, I'm not surprised. Because one of the big things that I remember being told when I was working that was that when you serve someone, you have to say to them, oh, is there anything you want to pre-order today?
Yeah.
It's like I remember like years ago when I first started properly getting into games, pre-ordering was a great thing because you'd go into the shop and say, "Oh, can I pre-order this?" So that you knew that on that day you'd have your copy of the game. Hell, we didn't even need to put down a deposit then. Like, this is gonna sound sad, but when Nintendogs came out,
Oh no, Nintendogs was amazing. Don't
Oh, yeah.
don't be embarrassed.
thank you for
Do
your
be
support, brother.
embarrassed.
Embrace that.
We went. I wanted the one that had the Shiba and the Husky in it.
Mm.
I didn't know which version it was, and the guy behind the counter said, "Just pre-order all three." I said, "Well, why would I pre-order all three?" He went, "Oh, 'cause if you pre-order all three, you can figure out which one it is on the day, and we get 2 extra copies to sell, so we all win." Now it'd be like, okay, that's £15. You have to take all three. Well, you wouldn't have to. The people that work in those shops are usually quite reasonable. You'd be able to put the 15 towards one of them, hopefully. But you would have to put down £15 straight away.
Well, the thing is, like, pre-ordering is just outdated. Pre-ordering, the reason we pre-ordered before was because on day one the game would be sold out because there would be no more physical copies in the shop.
Exactly.
But you can't exactly go on to Steam and say, "Oh no, sorry, we've got no more codes left. Please check back tomorrow."
Especially
Yeah.
because
And I was saying this a couple of weeks back on Twitter. I was just saying, like, how long do you think it is until companies start doing that? They start drip feeding. Okay, on day one we'll give Steam, like say 50,000 keys,
See,
and then we'll release them like that, and then people will need to pre-order if they want it
people
on day
just
one.
wouldn't pre-order.
now you see
Like, people would just be like, no.
Oh no, that's the problem though, is that there still is people who would.
Yeah.
the thing with that is, gaffers, like, I can understand the whole, oh god, that would be horrible if they'd done it. But we are forgetting that these people love money. They wouldn't do that. That would be them saying, God, James, we could make $200 million on day one. Oh, but we could do this thing where we only give Steam 500,000 codes and then we only make 50 million on day one, and then that guy would probably get slapped, thrown out a window, and then like boiled in a bath of acid.
But what they could do is they could make it limited, put in the bonus content, and raise the price of pre-orders. And
Well-
people would pay for that. People would pay extra money to get like a skin and get it on day one, guaranteed.
So instead of paying 40 quid on Steam, you'd have to pay 50 quid.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I know that it, like, obviously to us it sounds ridiculous. Why would anyone do that? But there's people that would do that.
I have met those people before. Once
Exactly.
again, like, see, after working, that sort of stuff, it was like people were coming in. They were saying, "Oh, I can't wait to go home and use my special weapon skins." I was just sitting there going, "My God, you are sad. Like, this is coming from me." It's like, you're sad.
Yeah, like we need to remember that mobile free to play mobile games make millions.
Mm.
Like, we need to remember that those people exist.
Yeah, we personally, I hate pre-orders now. The industry's made me sick of them. There's only been 2 games. Not the last game I pre-ordered, but before these 2 games, the last game I pre-ordered was Skyrim.
Mm.
So that shows you how long ago it was. I pre-ordered Hotline Miami 2
Yep, I did
because it's Hotline Miami 2. I pre-ordered the special edition because I got extra stuff for Payday 2, which was going to be released anyway, but it was actually cheaper if I bought Hotline 2. It turns out I was getting like Hotline 2 for like £1.50 because I would have bought the Payday stuff regardless.
that. Yeah.
So I got that because it worked out well for me. And the only other game I've ordered is Metal Gear Solid 5 Special Edition.
See, in the recent last 2 years or something, I've only pre-ordered 3 games. That was Hotline Miami 2, GTA 5, and Binding of Isaac Rebirth. And Binding of Isaac Rebirth, like, because I knew that I was going to put hundreds of hours into that game regardless. GTA 5, because I was like, well, I'm going to buy it anyway, probably at that price, so I might as well get like the $2 million out of it, and I don't regret buying that game at all.
Let's face it, we have only ordered games off of either indie or reputable companies in the terms of Metal Gear Solid 5, a reputable producer and director, Kojima.
Yeah, you won't.
Konami are not a reputable company.
No, like, we've only bought it for people who you can pretty reliably trust will make a good game.
Like, I mean, there's pre-order bonuses with the special edition of Metal Gear, but the pre-order bonuses, it's all it's weapon skins and new suits, and I don't care about that. What I want is the robot arm.
Yeah, I think the reason that pre-orders are such a problem now compared to what they used to be is because of like pre-order bonuses, and not because people get pre-order bonuses. Like, pre-order bonuses have always existed, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. But like, the important thing is that the pre-order bonus is made available afterwards for everyone anyway. Be
Not
that for an expensive price or whatever, but
although not in the style that New Vegas did theirs, because they released it years after.
yeah. But like, I think the thing is now pre-orders are only for the pre-order bonuses, whereas back when I used to pre-order physical copies, I didn't care about the pre-order bonuses. I pre-ordered the game because I wanted to play it straight away.
Which is
Now
the
it's
reason.
now the reason you pre-order a game is so that you can get the exclusive GameStop
Hat.
the pack. The exclusive GameStop hat for
That's why I said hat.
anything. Like, but I don't know, but that's precisely why people do pre-orders now, and it's ridiculous.
Actually, speaking of hats and pre-orders, Alex hates me for this. When I went to go buy my copy of Skyrim, I went about 6 p.m. on day of release to go get it, and I walked into the game, and the manager was kicking about with one of the Dovahkiin helmets on. And I saw it, and I went up to the guy at the counter and said, "Where did he get that from?" The guy at the counter said, "Oh, we got a whole bunch of them sent in." Alright, that's kind of cool. And then the guy grabbed the bag, put my game in it, and then in went one of those hats for me.
Oh,
So,
for God's sake.
So while it wasn't a pre-order bonus, you know, it was still something kind of cool to get.
Yeah.
And then there was Alex, who was at the midnight launch and didn't get
Yeah,
one.
but I got the map
Aw.
at least. Although
Yeah,
when I
but-
went to pre-order Elder Scrolls Online, I did get a free T-shirt.
I can't
Which,
argue
you
with
know,
that.
I mean, it's not the best fabric a T-shirt, but it is it's nice.
It's good. No, it's I
I wasn't even
remember
expected.
we're-
Like they just gave us it, and I was like, oh, thanks.
probably
Cheers.
See, to be fair, it was probably just promotional stuff that they got sent, and they weren't like everyone in the shop already had one. They still had a pile because quite often that would happen. Like it was meant to be that if you pre-ordered Pokemon X and Y, you got a Pokeball game holder,
Mm.
and we got millions of them sent to us, and it was like when people were coming into the shops like days after it was released and no one had pre-orders left, it was like, oh, X and Y. It was like, here's your Pokeball. I thought it was only if you pre-ordered. We have millions of them. They just started getting given out because there was excess, and
Aye.
if we didn't give them out or take them home ourselves, they were going to get
Yeah.
flung out.
Exactly. How long have we been recording for?
Probably an hour and a half now.
Jesus.
We should probably wrap it
Probably
up.
wrap
there
it
then.
up
Yeah.
then.
So yeah, let's do the traditional wrap up while everyone talks about their Twitters. So Alex, if anyone wants to hear any of your squabble about how hard it is to develop games, where can they find it?
On my Twitter, Alex is a banana, and you'll possibly find other stuff that I've been working on. And my MySpace.
Which we all went to afterwards. Gaffers, I'm going to send you a picture over Facebook. That should be the picture for this week's podcast. And
Alright.
of course, on the subject of Gaffers, our resident YouTube famous one, if anyone wants to see your stuff, where could they find you?
Well, I mean, I don't go on the internet much. I don't really have many accounts. So,
Lies, slander.
yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at AdamGaffney96 if you are really that desperate for some particular reason. You can see me on YouTube at the same name, AdamGaffney96. I'm sure I'll appear. If I don't, then there's a problem. And I've got Twitch. My Twitch is Gaffer Games. That's a thing that I do occasionally. I think I did one today. Actually, I don't quite remember. I do believe I did one today. And yeah, that's pretty much me. What about you, Guthrie? Where can we find your utter crap talk?
Well, if you want to see me talk about cakes and food and anime and other such stuff, you can always follow me on Twitter at ViperSnake57. And that's really just about me.
Oh jeez, I'm the only one that actually does anything other than Twitter.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
Until
Yeah.
Alex starts his Skyrim series.
It is coming. It is coming.
Dragons are coming, guys! The dragons are coming!
Brace yourselves, the Alex Skyrim series is coming.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening to yet another adventure of the Useless Wizards. And me and Gaffers are going to go see Age of Ultron now.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Aww.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.